Chess friends, in each series, Chess.com introduces a new chess bot with unique traits. One of the recent addition is Duolingo, a brand new bot with a potentially staggering 999,999 ELO ratings. Today I will show you a brilliant game played between me and Duo. Let's dive in. I started the game with e4, Duo played c5 Sicilian defense, and he can choose French variation e6 or d6, Nimzowitsch variation or knight c6, even the hyper-accelerated dragon Sicilian in his next move, knight c6 bishop b5, and we have the French variation. There is an amazing chess trick starts with castle. Let me show you the variation, knight f6 to target it, so rook e1, d5 takes, knight to c5, creating pressure to the pinned knight, queen c7 queen f3 bishop d6 to target it and lasering to the pawn, knight takes knight, and here best move for black is to play castle, but if you are greedy and capture the knight, then white will sacrifice the queen. This is a brilliant move, but you can't capture the queen. Bishop takes check, king slides castle, queen h5 to target it, and after black captures the bishop we will regain our material. White will get 2 extra pieces and the game is in white's favor, but in our actual game, I played knight c3, knight d4 to target the bishop, but we will play simply castle because the bishop is well protected. a6 is the best move for Duo, but he played bishop to d6, he want to attack on my h2 pawn. So after knight exchanges knight e2 queen c7 to target the pawn, h3 queen c5. You shouldn't retreat your bishop, because the a5 b5 pawn storm can ruin your bishop. The e diagonal doesn't favor the bishop's position, so I played bishop d3 with the idea of playing a4 f4, and after a sequences of moves I advanced my kingside pawn to dominate over the center. a4 can be played in the game to rule in the bishop's favorable diagonal. e5 a4, capturing the pawn isn't the best move. Let me show you why. Bishop a3 to target the queen, queen run away, bishop takes knight takes pawn. You might think of playing a human looking move, b6 to activate the bishop on this diagonal, then we will sacrifice the pawn on e5, takes queen f3 to target the rook. The rook can't move because rook e1 can use his full potential on this diagonal to target the knight. Knight d5 will be destructive and your position will be dead, so after queen b8 rook to e1, the knight is pinned, bishop here, bishop blocks, bishop exchanges, the knight is under attack, so queen d8, knight d5, and that's it. Your king being in the middle of the board prevents you from protecting your knight, game will be over. A room without books is like a body without a soul. So back to the position, we have queen a5 f5 knight c6 knight to g3. Here you cannot play castle too early because the bishop can utilize the c diagonal to create problems. Bishop backs and the queen entered to the g file, king slides knight h5 to target the pawn, bishop f6 to protect, then we will play bishop a3 to target the rook. Rook can't go there because of bishop takes f7, if you willing to save the rook, then after knight takes bishop queen h4. Targeting to the pawn, d5 queen takes king here, rook f3, rook g3 is coming, and after pawn takes rook g3 will be a checkmate. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all, so back to the position, Duo played best move bishop to f8, creating space for pawn movement facilitates bishop development, knight to b4 is an option to capture the bishop, which is why I moved up my queen to play bishop c4, attacking to the pawn. Duo played d5, takes bishop c4, queen backs knight e4 d3, you can't capture the free pawn because it's a trap, queen d4 will target both of your pieces, rook and king. So after c3 knight a5 I played a daring move bishop to e6, targeting to the queen, and you can't capture it with the pawn, queen c7 king h1, some of you may think of capturing the bishop, let me show you the variation, bishop takes g6 pawn takes check. The pawn becomes extremely lethal, queen g5 check, queen blocks on e7, rook to f6 poses a threat as white plans to play bishop a3, targeting the queen, thus prompting h6, queen takes g6, king ups bishop to a3, queen slides bishop check. The king has to move back, and can you guess our final move? Queen to g8, targeting to the pinned bishop and the rook. The position is utterly lost for black, with the king lacking a safe square, resulting in an estimated advantage of +10 for white. If you wish to play like me, please consider liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel Chess Friends. Back to the position, we have g6, queen g5, takes. I sacrificed the bishop with the benefit of getting an open file. Playing any normal kind of move can lose your position immediately. Let me show you the variation. It pawn takes pawn happen, then after knight check, king can't go there because of knight d5 discover attack to the king and queen, so king d8 knight g5 discover check, bishop blocks rook to f8 check, the bishop is pinned so king to d7, rook g7 to target the bishop. You can't capture the knight because of this brilliant tactical strategy. After king c6 knight takes check, the position will be entirely devastated for black. Always forgive your enemies, nothing annoys them so much. So back to the position, we have knight takes b3, rook to f1 to target the queen, bishop blocks, and can you guess my another brilliant move? I give me 2 seconds, 1 2 okay. If you play g7 then congratulations, your brain is at the Stockfish level. If you say, what about bishop takes queen? No fool, I can promote into a new queen with a check, takes check backs, and I will win the queen. Let me show you the further variation. Knight takes knight check, king here, and it will be a checkmate. So back to the position, we have rook g8 queen to h5, x-raying to the king, king slides queen takes pawn to target the rook, takes check ups queen takes rook, attacking to the bishop. Bishop can come on a3 to add pressure to the bishop if you dare to play queen d8, so after queen a5 we have rook takes bishop, king c6 rook b1 to target the knight, queen d5 rook c7 king b6, knight f6 to repositioning the queen to unguard the knight, queen backs rook takes check, king here, and after some more moves we have queen check, queen blocks rook c5, sacrificing the rook on c5, to play queen c7 check, king takes pawn queen here, threatening to mate in one with rook a3, so c4 rook a3 check and mate. But at our actual game, duo gets checkmated from a different way, takes check, king to a4 check and mate. So wish you all the best, thanks for watching, subscribe for more, bye bye, take care, see you soon.